much longer. Yeah. This is a longer letter. I hope I won't bore you. We are a coalition of concerned peace organizations and citizens of the United States who wish to abolish nuclear weapons and achieve world peace. We are gathered here in front of the office of the Consul General of Japan in New York City to present a bouquet to honor those who lost their lives from the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. We also would like to express our deep condolence to the atomic bomb survivors, the Hibakushus, who had to endure great mental and physical difficulties for a long time as a result of the horrific bombings. Although our government has so far refused to apologize, we would like today to offer our sincere apology to all those affected by the tragic events, which amounted to reprehensible war crimes and crimes against humanity. Mr. Senji Yakamuchi, who was 14 at the time of the Nagasaki bombing, appealed to the world at the Second UN Special Assembly for Arms Reduction in 1982. For the sake of the people of the world, those yet to be born, the children of the atomic bomb survivors like us, we cannot forgive the suffering or death of even one person in an atomic bombing. In the speech, he said he hoped that the Hibakushus were the last ones to die or suffer from nuclear weapons. Mrs. Sumituri Taniguchi, who has been suffering from various health issues from the bombing, said in New York in April that nuclear arms are weapons of the devil which will not allow humans to live or die as humans. Mr. Terumi Tanaka Hibakushu, from Nagasaki, recently emphasized in the U.S. that the policy of nuclear deterrence is against humanity. He made an important point that no state would be spared and its existence would be threatened by the use of nuclear weapons, even if the use of such weapons is to protect the survival of the state. We agree with him. Nuclear weapons must never be used again against any nation under any circumstance. We are here today to pass on the message of peace from the Hibakushus, who have repeatedly appealed to the people of the world to realize a world free of nuclear weapons. We were disappointed and even angry when the US, the UK, and Canada at this year's Non-Proliferation Treaty Conference at the UN blocked any final consensus for progress on nuclear disarmament, blaming Egypt for its insistence on the Middle East Conference on a weapons of mass destruction free zone over objections from Israel. So the U.S., in siding with Israel's insistence on keeping the weapons, destroyed that conference or made it unsuccessful. We would like to express our deep regret, not only over the long-standing failure of the United States government to negotiate a treaty in good faith, and for the total elimination of nuclear weapons as required by the NPT, but by its ongoing efforts, the U.S. is modernizing. Instead of abolishing, we're modernizing our nuclear weapons, now projected to cost $1 trillion over the next 30 years. In the U.S., American people and cities suffer today because more than 50% of the national discretionary budget is consumed by the military. Many U.S. soldiers returning from Afghanistan or Iraq suffered from PTSD and homelessness. We do not wish to see Japanese people facing similar hardships if Japan chooses to deploy its troops to war zones abroad to fight alongside the U.S. military and its allies, which, as we know, have been a total disaster. Japan has a strong culture of peace while the U.S. has a strong economy of war. Article 9 of your peace constitution is more powerful and honorable than the possession of nuclear weapons, and more powerful than the policy of nuclear deterrence or reliance on a nuclear umbrella. Your Constitution has an inspiring introduction clause which recognizes that all peoples of the world have the right to live in peace, free from fear and war. Thus, we sincerely appeal to Japan to protect its peace constitution and discard its military reliance on U.S. nuclear umbrella in order to build more humane, safer world free from the fear of nuclear weapons. As not only the sole country victimized by the use of atomic bombs in war, Japan has also been a victim of the world's worst nuclear power plant accidents since Chernobyl, suffering from massive radiation leaks that have spread well into the Pacific Ocean. The evacuation of more than 150,000 people, most of whom haven't yet been able to return home, and a rise in childhood cancer. The use of nuclear technology, whether military or civilian, comes with enormous risks and unthinkable consequences. Therefore, we are calling on Japan to play a more active role in supporting and promoting the humanitarian pledge, an international commitment endorsed by 113 non-nuclear weapon states around the world to fill the legal gap for the prohibition and elimination of nuclear weapons, just as the world has done for chemical and biological weapons. So, no more Hiroshimas, no more Nagasakis, end these wars, no more Hibakushus, no more of this. Thank you very much. I thank you.